welcome to Filofax Friday. Thank you to everybody who has been entering into the giveaway to win this cover story that I got as part of the Pimp My Filofax challenge. On that giveaway I asked people what you'd like to see more of Filofax Fridays. Obviously I have my own ideas, but I thought I'd see what sort of videos you guys would like to see. And a lot of you have asked about decorating pages and doodling on your pages. Now, as you know, this is my entry. Well, as you know, I did the 3 entries, and this is the one that Filofax chose, the bunnies. Now, I covered decorating, and I called it visual motivation back in the very early part of this year, and I realised I haven't really covered decorating since. I think decorating is a very personal thing, and I go through, sometimes I decorate highly, other times I decorate not at all. I usually sway to the not at all or very minimal because, I mean, I've covered this before, but because I find it too cluttering for my mind. I would very rarely have a page as highly decorated as that, and that's not to say there's anything wrong with it. It's just that for me, I find it a little bit chaotic. But I do it sometimes. It depends on how busy my weeks are, basically, as to how much decorating I do. If I haven't got a lot on, then I'll probably do more decorating than if I haven't. And the text that I put on these pages, there isn't necessarily that much going on, so that's why I kind of had room to decorate. That makes sense. Anyway, a lot of you have asked about how to do it, so I thought I would share my tuppence worth. Decorating, as I said, is quite a personal thing, and it very much depends on how much you've got going on and what you can do as well. So I'll just kind of show you and share with you some doodling that I do, because most specifically you asked about decorating your pages, but you also asked about how to go about doodling on your pages and how to doodle on your pages. So I guess I should just turn the camera around and just kind of jump straight in, and we'll just talk about it as we go through. Okay, so the first thing, obviously, you're going to need the pages that you're working on. These are the inserts that came with the Filofax. And then you need to think about what you're going to be doing on your pages, and what you're going to be colouring, what you're going to be doodling with, what you're going to be colouring in with, all that kind of thing. So on the pages that I did for the pimping challenge, so for example, there's the stars that I created. I wasn't worried about what I was using to decorate them with. I wasn't worried about the shadowing or the bleed through, because it was literally just for the pimping purposes. And the pen that I used was the Uniball Signo, which I absolutely adore. It's beautiful and smooth for writing, but as you can see, there's a lot of shadowing. So you will know what pens that you've got and what pens don't cause any bleeding and shadowing on your pages. So just bear that in mind. For this, I shall probably use the Uniball Signo because it's nice and smooth. So just bear that in mind. You don't necessarily want the shadowing or the shading coming through. So you might want a pencil, an eraser, that kind of thing. I tend to, when I'm doodling, use pencils purely so that there's no bleed through. But then the only thing with pencils is if you press hard, you can get the indentations come through. So again, if you wanted to use pen, just do all your, know your pens and know your papers for shadowing and bleed through. So you know what you've got in your supplies. I don't. So these are just WH Smith's, which is like a newsagents shop in the UK, so they're not very expensive pencils. They're sort of children's grade pencils, really. Okay, so we've got our materials. The next thing is, what are we going to doodle? And that's based on your personality and what you're really into. So for me, when I was developing the pages, I knew that I really liked bunnies, so bunnies for me had to appear. But also, I don't know about you, but when I'm on the phone, I doodle, and I'm always doing little doodles while I'm on the phone, like on call waiting. So I keep them. I do keep them. I've got a little pad that I keep near the phone, and so I've always got and I just keep what I doodle. I'm sad like that. So I thought I would go back to my doodles to see what it is that I doodle when I'm on the phone, so that would perhaps then influence what I doodle on my pages. So a massive thing for me is clouds. I love clouds, I love the sky, and I love stars. They're a massive influence. There's just like a little girl that I doodled, and I also do things like and Anna loves John, and Splodge nibbles spaghetti, you know, all of the animals, and there's lots of hearts. So hearts are a big thing that I doodle, clouds and stars and things that I doodle. If you doodle flowers or circles, whatever, you will know, boxes, you'll know what it is that you enjoy doodling, or you can doodle, that kind of thing. So I suggest kind of going back to your doodles and just seeing if you can work from there. I know a lot of people, when they're on the phone, they tend to do boxes, like, you know, well, a lot of people I know do boxes, and a lot of people sort of think, oh well, boxes, you know, that's quite boring. But then actually, I kind of think, wouldn't it be really cool to do an 80s Rubik's Cube theme? I think that would be pretty cool myself. So it might just be, you know, plain doodled boxes to you, but to me, I see an 80s Rubik's Cube. So that is probably, if I was a sort of person who doodled boxes and squares, that is probably what I would do on my pages, because that's kind of where I draw my inspiration from. So it basically all depends on what you're into and where you want to draw your inspiration from. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to do clouds, because I love my clouds. And that's basically what I'm going to do today. I also might want to use a little bit of washi tape just to break things up. So I've got my washi tape. Sometimes I find it easier to put the washi tape on first and then doodle around the washi tape. So I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to use this one, which is just, I got this from the Idea Owl. She's on Instagram if you don't know her, and I really love it because it's got like raindrops on it. So I might use some of that actually, because I think it's quite cool. I don't always use washi tape, but for example, in the cloud one that I did for the pimping, I didn't. See, there's no washi tape on there whatsoever, but I know a lot of you guys like using washi tape in your decorations, so that's why I thought I'd include it. You don't have to, and obviously if you don't have the same washi tape as me, then, you know, you can't use the same washi tape as me in your decoration. I forgot to bring some scissors, so I'm just having to fold that over. And I didn't bring my hole punch either to re-punch the hole. Never mind, we'll live. We will live. Okie dokie. So, and again, like with washi tape, because this is quite This is quite wide washi tape. I think it depends on how much you've got going on and how much you want to write as to how much you want to take away of your day, because this one here is like a weekly thing and this one is Thursday. So if you've got a lot going on Thursday, you might not want to use so much washi tape. This is thin washi tape. This is what a pen pal sent to me, and so I'm just going to put it to use. So the thinner washi tape, obviously you don't invade on your days so much, which is quite good. So the colours match perfectly, absolutely perfectly, which is cool. Okay, so next up comes the doodling. I'm going straight in with pen because it'll be easier for you to see on my pages on the screen than it will be if I was to do it in pencil. Now, the way I have my inserts is in my, the way I have my inserts in my planner, I like to have a to-do list down the side, and then I use my other side for appointments and things like that. These have already got doodles on because they're my inserts with the doodles on that I sell. So I don't always doodle every time. Sometimes I print them out myself. So I like to have a to-do list. You may not. It kind of, as I said, it depends on what you've got going on in your life as to how busy you need, you need stuff. So keeping with the cloud theme, I'm going to make myself a like a cloud to-do list square just here. I always find that when I'm doing stuff on camera, it's never as good as when I do it. I don't seem to be able to like concentrate to talk as well as to be able to do stuff. Okie dokie, so I want this as my to-do cloud. So I'm just going to write to-do. Then I'm just going to do some like raindrops as my checklist. And I sing as well. So yeah, just a cloud based there, and then I want to do some drawings of clouds. So I think it will probably end up exactly how I did my layout for the challenge, because that's just what I feel inspired to do. So we've got a line here where the date is broken, so I want to kind of do like a cloud as though it's like peeking above the line. So I'm just going to do a couple of scallops like that, so it's just kind of peeking up, and then two little eyes like so. So let's colour him in just so that you can start to see him taking shape. I'm going to have a blue cloud, and gotta have pink cheeks, always has pink cheeks. Okay, so we've got there, and I'm just going to go round the cloud on this side a bit, just to give it a bit of colour. I know clouds aren't really blue, but it just kind of stands out a bit on the page, is why I do it. And I'm pressing quite hard, it's quite a dark blue now. Okie dokie, so I want to put some more clouds in. So the design element in threes is really visually appealing, so have 1, 2, 3 is what I think I'm going to do, so I'm going to put another one in. terms of clouds, I would probably leave it at that because we've got a nice 3 number. And with the beauty with pencil is that you can put other things in the background that you can easily draw over. So your rainbows or what have you, you can easily write over those if you need to. So that's the beauty of colouring pencils. And the thing is, when you're doing pages, is I'm obviously doing this with blank pages, not having a clue what could be going on that week. So just bear that in mind, that if you already know what you've got going on that week, i.e. you've used friction pens and then you're just erasing them, then you can plot your doodles and your cloud, your to-do clouds, things like that. You can plot those in around what you've already got, what you know that you've got going on a particular day. And you can always do more, like put the basis down like this, and then once you've got in your put in your tasks, then you could go back in and further embellish as you go, add raindrops or more clouds, that kind of thing. Or you could leave it quite plain as is like that. So obviously they're your pages, it's entirely up to you. So let's look at pages that you've already got things written on and you want to kind of doodle as you go. So here, this is last week. John had the week off work and we went out and about and did things. I didn't really decorate at all. Just because we were out and about, but I would decorate as, if I'd already got the writing there, then I could decorate as I went. And I've already got a bunny in the corner, so I could carry on with the bunnies. And if you really want to know how to draw bunnies, at the beginning of the year, did a tutorial on how to draw bunnies on my channel. So, go and check that out if you're, if you'd be interested in learning how to draw bunnies. That's already there for you. So just kind of filling in the gaps, really, with my doodles. Like Tuesday's been and gone, nothing happened on Tuesday, so I'm just kind of going in and putting a doodle in there because that's been and gone, and I can fill the entire space. My guinea pigs are squeaking in the background because they can hear me talking and they think I'm talking to them. So funny. So you just doodle in the spaces that you've got. Say for example where it was Saturday and it's still currently Saturday, I've got a space here. I might then write in here, phone someone, and then I've got space here that I can then doodle and shoot the guinea pigs who are squeaking, like that as you go. So there's kind of 2 ways to go about it. And when you guys asked about how to doodle on your pages, I didn't really know whether you meant like prior to writing anything down or as you go along. So hopefully that's kind of given you a little bit more of an insight as to kind of how I would go about doodling. But if you've got any questions, then obviously let me know. I'm always happy to answer questions from you, or if there's anything else you want to see on that, then let me know. Always happy if I can to do more videos on certain topics. So thanks for watching, guys, and happy doodling. Bye.